my upload will be on. And what is the upload all about? Yesterday, on October 29th, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan, who was upset at the fact that I was able to renew my visa because he has tried so hard through involving his girlfriend to do a report on me to try to get me deported out of the Philippines. He said I would never be able to renew my visa. He was adamant about it, extremely adamant about it. And this is a story of a man that just doesn't get it. He just doesn't learn. The upload I just did was sent to me by somebody in an email. And it was very fortunate they did because he had taken off that show just when I was trying to record it. It wouldn't allow me to bring it up. And somebody must have been reading my mind. But they sent me an email, somebody that actually did record this video. So what is important about this video? Well, after I finish my live, you can go and see my upload. It should be almost there now. I have seen and experienced through the years that I've been on this earth stupidity. I've seen it in every form. I've experienced very dense people. I've seen people who were mentally ill in many ways. And as I said, I always use the word by somebody's own demonstration and performance. This is an audio recording on October 29th, the day of the court hearing against Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. During that day, I had a very busy day. I not only went to a court hearing, which was a very good hearing, I must say. Didn't do well for him because, again, the second time, he burst out. And what did he do? Ran to the judge after they already recorded the minutes of the show of the court hearing. It was over. Runs up with the paper in his hand like a madman. Your Honor, can I present some to you? And then he shows it to the not secretary, but the court clerk, that he had a charge sheet. Now, by the way, I said I wasn't doing these shows. Just fuck what I said. This has got to be put out. And you're going to hear that recording again. And if you didn't hear it, or get the chance to hear his show on October 29th, the day of court, where Mr. Barry Lee Jordan swore up and down to his viewers that I was never going to be able to renew my visa. And I proved on camera that I did. He couldn't handle the fact that I was able to do that. I really urge you to listen to this recording. Yes, it is 1:30 in the morning. The reason I'm up is because I had to go to the hospital. It's the only time they have before I leave Cebu to do this procedure to remove a kidney, bladder, urethra stent. I finally got it out. It's really just a 5-minute procedure that took forever. By the time they prepped me up and everything they did, I get out of there at midnight, longer than midnight, and they wouldn't let me get out of that bed in the recovery room. They just basically small sedation. I'm just mentioning this because, well, it's why I'm on at 1:30 in the morning. Okay, that's why I'm on. I would not normally do this. I do sleep at night, unlike some people, but I was very fortunate to get this recording. I thought I lost it. I thought I was never going to be able to, because I was going to do a remix on it. But somebody sent me this video. And what is the value of this video? The value of this, that it's going to show the court what a vile person he is, what an arrogant, cocky, evil, and I could say sick person that Mr. Barry Lee Jordan is by his own demonstration. This video alone is going to put him away in jail for how many years? Suppose we should congratulate him on giving him the stupidity award of YouTube for all time. Who in their right mind, and that's the key words, right mind, who in their right mind who's facing 5 criminal cyber libel cases is going to put on a show and say this? It's not the first time he's done this, but this is the one that is a keeper. When I get to present my evidence, that will be a recording. People couldn't even believe it in the courtroom when we were there, and they showed his beautiful face on the camera and heard what he had to say. People were turning their heads, and they even turned and looked toward him at the back of the room. They couldn't believe that such a vile man existed, nor can anybody else. And to this day, I still can't believe it. Yes, he's finished raining cats and dogs. That defines it right there. They'll accept the audio recording. He mentions my name in there. They will accept the voice recording. It's not always no face, no case all the time. It's according what the situation is. He's mentioned my name. That was very important. If he didn't mention my name, I'd have a small question on the validity as far as using it as evidence in court. But fortunately, somebody was thinking of me. I do got a few people out there that feel the same way I do. And fortunately, I got an email that said I just came back from the hospital, and if it makes you any happy, I was pissing up blood, but that was normal, like bloody murder. But I'm going to tell you something. I will handle anything that comes up in my future. There is no solid deportation order against me. There's nothing on record. There is a chance that we're still investigating that the complaint has been dismissed because of lack of viable evidence. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself. If I ever had to be put in the detention cell with him, let's just say that he'd probably keep it locked. He probably would have to keep the damn thing locked. Anyway, look, I'm not a violent person, but I'll tell you what. You know, he believes in God. It'd be the fear of Frank. He'd be pissed at his pants. Anyway, I'm not going to promote violence. Let's just say that it would be awfully uncomfortable, and I don't ever see that happening. According to my attorney, that shouldn't happen. She made a complaint, and as part of a complaint, as compliance with a complaint with immigration, they generate something called a charge sheet. It's a way of keeping an eye on somebody in the interim. They investigate on their own. They look over the evidence that was presented by my lawyer, and they see if this case is viable at all. And already talking to representatives at immigration, they said this is such a low-end scale for immigration to get involved with that chances are they won't. But as I said, and I'm always upfront, and I'm always as honest as I can be, it's a low-level complaint. The chances of that passing and getting some kind of a summary deportation or something like that, let's just say it's in the low percentile area. But either way, I will handle any situation that comes up in my life, and I've done that. I've done it very well. Thank you very much. I've never experienced so much stupidity in my life. The man cannot control his rage. He can't control it. Yeah, it was a revenge complaint. That's what it was. And immigration will see it as such. And we have a backup plan anyway. So I'm not going to get into that, but it's a vicious cycle that's going on because he had his girlfriend out of revenge to file a complaint on me. Now, if this is determined to be false information, not valid, that could have legal recourse on her, the very woman that he loves so much, that he decided to get her involved. No, she did not do this on her own. Revenge. Now, I'm not going to say anything about her. You can make your own conclusions. How's that? I'll leave all the legalities out of here. You make your own conclusions. But by him involving her, they're never going to have a future. It's going to come to a point she's going to say, fuck this shit. There's nothing to look forward to. This man's going to get time. That recording alone, they will use it. That recording alone is going to define him as huge, huge undesirable. I think he's going to get convicted on each count. And when he time served, and they have to use the summary deportation in the future, he's never going to be coming back to this country ever again. I must thank Mr. Barry Lee Jordan for that recording. It caught him in a true moment that really defined the man. Now, you people could support him financially, you could support him morally, in any way you want, but you all know the guy has obviously some problems. And he is the one that put himself there. He is the one that's going to put himself in a real jail. It's not going to be the little country club he has in Mandawi. I'm afraid not. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. This man was threatening me to drop the case. He said he's not going to leave me alone. This is going to define his character to that judge. The judge may make an early decision on this. Who knows? I've never seen or experienced anything like this in my life. Raining Cats and Dogs says exactly, this is the end goal. He will never set foot in the Philippines again. Well, he's never going to set foot to see freedom for many years, the way I could see it. His rage is very apparent. And this information alone can be used in his girlfriend's complaint. They've already pieced it together that it's a typical revenge complaint from a female supporting her boyfriend. Even a guy over at Cebu, one of the agents, one of the top agents, said this is not anything new. That's why we're going to give you your visa. They understand what's going on with this. And he's upset because he was so adamant about the fact that I was never going to be able to renew my visa. But he doesn't understand me. He still doesn't. I have intelligence unlike he does, by his own demonstration. I know what I'm doing. I've got a good lawyer firm that represents me. That's why they make the big bucks. I was smart enough to have one of the firm's attorneys accompany me to the immigration. And he explained to one of the agents who called Manila, and they gave the victory flag for me to be able to renew my visa. He fell apart when he heard this. Kept on telling people there's no way in the world he's gonna be in a cell with me. He's gonna be deported. I don't know about being deported. I'm not thinking so from a complaint from his girlfriend, but he also, I think, is screwing up his own relationship with his girlfriend. I think, and it's just an opinion of mine, and I'm allowed that, right? She's gonna wake up one day and say, you know what, this is not worth it. The man can't shut his mouth, and that represents our future. If I was to be with him, this is what I'm going to expect. How could you live with such stupidity as this? What do you want to be with somebody like this for? He has no control of his life. He has no control of his psychology. He's out of control. Completely out of control. G. Boone, I told him a long time ago to stop, and he didn't. He won't stop. David's laughing, saying LOL. Dead Horse says bye-bye. G. Boone says both of them are in detention. You know something? You guys could label me anything you want on here. I never said I was Mr. Innocent on anything here. But I'll repeat. It's called defense. Caring for your family, protecting yourself. When somebody attacks you on YouTube, not just calling you stupid or ugly or something like that, but when you say certain things on here, and certainly in this country, it's not allowable. And somehow he doesn't get it after a year and a half in detention. He still doesn't get it. He will never get it. That's the problem. Look, I could have dropped this thing a long time ago. I've been pressured by people that write me. I see it as comments on people's shows, and they now understand why I decided to pursue this and not give the guy a break. Somebody has to deserve a break or to get some compassion from somebody to get what they're looking for. There's always compromise. There's always compromise. But when you get to a point where he has gone way beyond the allowability of any kind of compassion, you just can't. And he has defined himself vividly of what kind of a person he is. He will never change. We have proved it. Or he has proved it to all of us. I don't care whether you like him or don't like him, like me or don't like me. This is a defining moment here tonight, actually. Well, for me, because I got that goddamn stent out. But after 2.5, 3 months, you have no idea what it felt like having that shit in there. But it's not about my kidney stone situation and my stent removal, although that's a marvelous moment, I must say. You have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. Tyrone, what are you talking about? Oh, P. Diddy. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Frank is the master class. This was plain dumb. Oh my God. Damn. I don't know. Dead Horses. I guess a troll or something on here. I don't know. Don't get your hopes up, folks. I'll not be doing all these shows. I had to record that anyway, because I want to play it in court. When somebody sent me this in the email, I wanted to share it with you guys, because there's many people that did not hear that recording yesterday. They didn't hear it at all. But somebody was nice enough to send me this. Okay. So, it worked real well. And thank you very much for sending me that recording. I appreciate it. You saved the day. Well, not that it was not going to go in my direction anyway, in my favor. I was always very confident that the case would. But, look, I play my life day by day. Somebody puts a complaint on me, I deal with it. And I did. And, where that's going, it's in limbo, to tell you the truth. There's nothing on record in Manila except the charge sheet. And the charge sheet does not synergize his girlfriend's complaint. If anything, she could be in some big doo-doo over this complaint. If they put 2 and 2 together, which I believe they will, and my lawyer will push, that this was simply a tactic for revenge and retaliation for the fact that her boyfriend was incarcerated and they can't play house and can't plan their future. See, that's not my problem. That's not my problem at all. It's on my upload right now. It's probably on there right now. And you go listen to it. It's not very long, 5 minutes, and we're gonna keep that on there. We're not taking that off. But yeah, it's on there. It's on there. Okay, I did make a promise that I was getting off YouTube here, and I think this really cements it. Because there's nothing more I could say anymore, because this cements the whole thing. That audio recording alone, it will be used because he mentioned my name in there, and the voice is recognizable. The judge has already seen his the 5 counts that were against him, the damage that was done from what he said. It's done. It's over. I mean, I don't know how long the case is going to go on, but sometimes it gets to the point that a judge has seen enough, and he'll make his decision possibly. Who knows on the next case? I don't know. But now he has to wait till December 12th. And since he's so comfortable in his little Ritz-Carlton in Mandawi, then, like he said, oh, I could handle it. I'm fine. I'll stay here as long as I have to stay. Well, why is he complaining that he wants to get out of there? To what? A family that don't give a shit about him? A supposed, Ford Raptor? Which is still expensive, even if it's a 2016. It doesn't exist. He's going to travel around the country with his girlfriend. On what money? On what money? You're dealing with a mind here that is, well, I guess if he had to put to some kind of psychological testing, it wouldn't take too long to figure out a little analysis of what he's suffering. I'm not going to go into detail because it becomes a legal matter, and I'm going to leave that out. I think his performances, his demonstration on his show is proof enough. He set his own future. Well, I'm up because I came back from the hospital. I was supposed to have a procedure this morning, which is a procedure that normally takes about 5 minutes, but the doctor and I couldn't stay in Cebu too much longer. Had to take care of the court business and other stuff too, my visa renewal. I did a whole lot of shit since I've been here. Oh my God, have I? But yeah, doctor wouldn't be in. He accommodated me. What a great guy this is. He wasn't even supposed to be doing any more surgery, anything kind of in the operating room till the 4th of the month. But he accommodated us, which was fantastic. And I got it done finally, once and for all. And hopefully this saga is over, except for some crazy meds I have to take. But it's all good. Court day was all good. He embarrassed himself again in court. He couldn't help it. It was a good session. That's all I could definitely tell you. And thank you again for the person who sent me that recording. I think this is going to suffice really well. Yeah, it's a very busy trip. I mean, a very busy trip. Very busy trip. I am leaving very early in the morning. I don't even know if I'm going to get any sleep tonight. Let's try to have her get a couple of hours in. I can't, yeah. I do take a medicine to try to sleep, but I've taken some, a powerful painkiller that might help with the, it kind of burns when you urinate after having a stent in there for a while. That'll probably go on for a few days. Kind of a bloody mess, too. Not pleasant to look at, but that'll dissipate, too. Not a pretty picture here, I'll tell you that. People don't understand what's involved. You got kidney stones, which you have to go through. and what I've gone through the past couple of months, 2.5 months or more, having what they call a stent put in your urethra. It felt like I had a UTI infection every fucking day, pissing about 15 times because you always have the urge to piss, even if you really don't have to go. I've been dealing with this pain and other bullshit long enough. So it's time to take care of business in a big way. So I got it done. I get things done. When something needs to be done, I get it done. Even if I had to go in at 9 o'clock tonight and wait till 10 or more before they could even start. It took them more time to prep me up, and it only took 2 minutes to do what they had to do. Sedate me, hook me up to this, and monitors and everything else for a procedure that only takes a couple of minutes. Can you believe this shit? They were upset because I drank water. I wasn't supposed to eat anything since 1 in the afternoon today, and I didn't. But I've had some sugar-free ginger ale, had a few sips of water, and it's really important with certain sedation they give you because that could go up into your lungs, and that took about a half hour of discussion. Yeah, it's been busy. I have been busy. I told you. When I come to Cebu, there's always reasons, and I try to accomplish things as best as I can, as much as I can. Anyway, I will encourage you. I'm going to get off here, at least get some rest. Thank you guys for coming and listening. You heard me yesterday saying that it's really time. I think this was really necessary to do the upload, and I think it's necessary to do this live show. So I really have to stick with the agenda because I think the case is speaking for itself now. Mr. Barry Lee Jordan, a message to you. You're the one that got yourself into this situation. You were just a kind of person who doesn't believe in the law. You don't like cops. I wonder why. Maybe because you get in trouble a lot. You don't like authority at all, and you said it. You love, for some reason, to maybe this is the way you get attention, is by doing things you shouldn't be doing. Personally, I think you're a person who's an attention-starved person, and this is the way that you get attention. Because what is attention? What is negative attention? It's still attention, isn't it? Right? There's positive attention, there's negative. This is what you do. Okay? And to make a measly couple of bucks from your show. So it seemed more important than your freedom. You come on here, it's like nobody listens to you. Plenty. You've all heard what you said. Now they're definitely going to all hear it. You threatened me again, is what you did on that recording. And by that, you are telling the court that you are not a controllable person, that we're not going to give you a break, and that they are going to throw the book at you. How old are you now? You're 50, going on 51? What, in January? I don't know. I can't predict the future. I think you're going to be spending some pretty good time in one of those lovely places. And it's not going to be the Mandawi Detention Center, your little country club where your girl gets to visit you. Yeah. You know, it's not going to be as nice. It's not going to be as nice. You did it all to yourself. Unfucking believable. Good taking, Boone says, good taking care of yourself. Bummer looks like he's aged a good 10 years. He's looking like Big Kevin, man. I'm not the only one that made that comment. He looks like the older Big Kevin. Big Kevin lost fucking 250 pounds. And Barry's gained. I seen him in person. Never mind you saw him on a video on camera. He's a little bit hunched over when he walks. And his face is like really puffed up, and his belly, and well, look at the shit food he's been eating in there, right? I don't know. He's not just his lungs he has to worry about. I say there's a lot more things going on than that. If he gets to go into real prison, he'll deteriorate real fast. There's no question about that. He's a slow learner. Okay, what I'd like you guys to do now, if you don't mind, we got 22 people on here. I gotta try to get some rest. I've had a really trying 2 days. Okay, trust me, I have. But I get the business. Not only I got out of court, I went there with 2 lawyers, same firm. The second lawyer presented the visual evidence. Everything very coordinated, very well. The second lawyer in the firm accompanied me, did not want to charge me. We gave him something anyway. He was making a trip to Leyte, so something to help him pay for his trip anyway. He deserved it. He deserved it. Anyway, he came over there and rescued our ass. Because I would not have known, I couldn't have spoken so eloquently to explain the technicalities on the charge sheet. And he had to basically talk to one of these top agents over there and explain exactly what was going on. So they understood, and they said, okay, I see no reason why we can't give him his visa. So he was very instrumental in getting me my visa. I was smart enough to have him come with me. It was all a good day. The court case was great, and people even turned their heads in the courtroom to look at him, because they would look at him on the screen and what he was saying on the video presentation. And then I seen people's heads turn to look at him. I've seen a lady sitting next to me that was shoving her head back and forth like, oh my God. And then my girlfriend had talked to this lady afterwards and said, well, it was something derogatory about him that, just say he wasn't a nice person, okay? Barry, I know you're listening because you don't sleep at night because you can't. You're not a nice person, man. You've got a real set of problems going there. I hope somehow, in the duration of your life that ain't in prison, hope you find a way to get your act together, but I'm going to have to tell you something. I'm sorry, I can't drop the case on you. You've gone way too far. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, you've created this for yourself. Not just me bringing you to court. You have created your future. I cannot logically see how a judge will ever dismiss the case. I can't see how this judge is not going to allow each 5 counts, which carries its own term of penalties and what do they call that? Like the word technically, court major. What is the wording for that? Prison mayor. Prison mayor. Each count is going to have so much time on it. There was also a demand my attorney originally wrote up of certain damages. No, that wasn't what I was after, money, because this guy doesn't have money and I'll never get it. But damages were included too. The only person that fucked you over, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan, is yourself. You fucked yourself up. You're out of control. Your life is out of control. Now, I hope you people understand about the YouTube situation with me. It took me a long time to wise up and say, it's just really not going anywhere. And YouTube is nothing but trouble, and it becomes trouble to a lot of people. Look at Andy Omar. Andy Omar is hiding away. He made enemies. I don't want to make enemies on here. I'm not here really even to make friends. I came on YouTube just to kind of rap a little bit, man, and talk about life in the Philippines. But then, you know, trolls like drama. And it just came to a point where it's just not worth it. Besides, you heard my girlfriend yesterday, if you didn't, that I am getting off here. But this was a kind of a necessity to come on here to publicly thank the person who sent me that video, for one. Thank you very much again. And to give my last thoughts about this whole thing on the case. Barry, listen to me, dude. If you really loved your girlfriend that much, you would never got her involved. Because I really don't know what's going to happen with her complaint. I'm not going to sit here and lie like you. I don't know. But there's nothing in cyberspace out there. There's nothing out there that's indicating a summary interpretation for me or suggestion of. Nothing has been generated. They checked. There's a chance that her complaint was dismissed. I heard rumored that they dismissed it the first time and she ran it through again. Okay. I don't know what's happening with that, but even if something did, I will deal with it like I have dealt with everything else in my life. I deal with things. I don't ignore things. I deal with them. I have that capacity to do so. Whatever happens, happens. I'll deal with it. And as I said, you did not do your girlfriend a great favor. At all. Don't tell people that she did it on her own accord. I will never believe it. Nobody else does. You really loved that woman? I don't know, man. Let her free. Let her live her life. Well, I guess she is. She's deciding on you. I'm not even going to bother to question that anymore. It doesn't make any sense, but everybody has their own agenda, whatever that might be. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future is yours to see. Que sera, sera. That's my message to you folks. When I get off here, I'd like you to go to my upload. I'd like you to listen to that again. You can formulate your own opinions on that. You put the final nail in your coffin is what you did, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. That was the final nail. That will be presented during my testimony, which is probably on the next date. And may even go to the court before that. I'm not sure. And you thought you'd team up with your girlfriend on me. You were so adamant to get even with me because I put 5 cases of cybercrime on you. Let's start from the beginning before I hang up here. You put yourself in immigration. Oh, a little help from me. Little help. Little help, you might say. But, you know, I pay my visas. You don't. You think you're above the law. And your girlfriend was harboring you there. They know this. I'm going to throw you a little hint with that. They're aware of this. Know what I'm saying, Barry? Do you know what I'm saying? They're aware of this. Keep that in mind, because that correlates with something. Let her do her complaint. Let her continue with her complaint. Let's see where that goes. Oh, that's not a threat. It's never taken as a threat. It's a legal matter. That's what, no threats. I never threaten her. Never will. Let's just say what goes around comes around. And she's been lying on that complaint. There are ramifications for that. Oh, don't trust me on this. I mean, I'm a liar, right? Am I? My predictions have come true. Everything I said I was going to do, I did. I got a pretty good track record on that. Let's just say, and it's no threat. Zero. Like, you know, zero coke. No threat. Just a reality. The legal team I have will go for her legal throat. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I got nothing to lose. Not really. I will handle any situation that comes. Any situation. Including her complaint. It's going to have a domino effect that you're not going to like, bro. Your future's already written in stone. Why the hell did you involve your girlfriend? That wasn't a good idea. And you know what? Never, ever my intent, ever, to see her involved in any of this shit between me and you. Never my intent. Never, ever. But you involved her. And she involved herself. This is going to get more interesting as time goes by. You wait and see. You wait and see. Whole departure is the only thing that happens. Yeah. VI complaints take over a year and a half. Well, there's some truth to that. To a point. No, I'm not finished with anything, dead horse, which is probably bummer. I'm just starting, brother. I'm just starting.